Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. I am Kylie Love with Butterfly Readings. As you see, I'm kind of set up outside on my outside table. So what we're going to do is we are going to use the Halloween Oracle again, because this is going to be the Halloween special readings, since we're going into Halloween, and I wanted to bring out those cards because they bring a lot of insight and clarity to the energy around us, okay? I'm also going to be using the Everyday Witch Tarot, which is this deck, and these are kind of fun as well. They bring out a lot in the reading. But before we start, I am going to burn some ancestral money to give thanks to my ancestors. So this is what ancestor money look like. You can purchase this on my website. Basically, I'm going to tell you what you do with ancestral money before we go into the reading, okay? So what I like to do is I like to take some of my sacred oils, and I like to rub them down, all right? There are two different kind of ancestral monies, all right? There's heaven banknotes and there's hell banknotes. I typically purchase both, simply because I like to make sure that I'm giving back to all of the people that are looking out for me, whether they're in heaven or hell. All right. So basically, what ancestral money is it is a banknote. It's made off of joss paper, which is a special type of paper. Okay, you burn this. This goes into the spirit realm to your ancestors. It's like sending them money. And it's just like when you find money on the ground, or when you get a check or that you didn't know that you were going to get, or when you just land upon some money that you weren't expecting. That's kind of a surprise. That's kind of what the ancestors do for you. So to give thanks and show gratitude to the ancestors, you send this back, and then in turn they send you blessings back for sending the ancestral money. Okay, it's just a way of showing gratitude, giving thanks, and sending them blessings over there, okay? So I always say a little affirmation when I'm burning these. I say something like, this is to all of my ancestors, known and unknown. May you have everything that you need in the spirit realm and in this realm. Excuse me, guys. The wind is kind of blowing, so I'm trying to burn it. And I burn it in my pot, and I just let it burn, and it looks like it's going out. I don't like that. Oop, 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 oop. It's trying to fly everywhere. Okay, give it a minute. I'm going to pick it back up, and I'm going to try to burn it again. But the wind is blowing, so you got to kind of forgive me because the wind is blowing a lot. Out here it's kind of windy. And I'm actually trying to burn this ancestral money so that we can send it over into the spirit realm, okay, and give it back to our ancestors. It just keeps going out as soon as I put it in that pot. I'm not really caring for that. That's not what I was wanting to do, or what my goal was to achieve. But okay, there we go. It looks like it's burning some more. I'm going to take some more, and I'm going to burn another piece. And you can burn as much as you want um, of this ancestral money to send it over to your ancestors. If you want to send it in abundance, you can do that. The ancestors love that too. They feel the appreciation and gratitude. So I like to, again, this is not burning the greatest, so I'm going to try to move over to another spot and try to get it lit. This wind just won't let me be great today. Okay, so what I'm going to do, guys, is I'm going to get my torch. Okay, guys, so I got my torch because I feel like this is going to be a lot better for me to burn. It's going to help me. Well, maybe not. It wants to keep blowing out as well. It's like the wind won't let me be great. There we go. All right. So we kind of want to just drop it in there and let that burn as well with it. And you could put as much as you want and just say that I send this to my ancestors known and unknown. And it goes into the spirit realm as well, okay? Yeah, so that did really well. That burnt really well, and it's burning the other one. Great, 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 great. I would say not do it outside when it's really windy, just simply because the wind blows and it doesn't burn as well with the wind blowing. But as you see, I burned the ancestral money. That is something that I wanted to teach you guys on about ancestral money. Again, that can be purchased on my website so that you guys can start bringing in blessings and things like that, okay? And just giving gratitude. It just sends gratitude out to your ancestors. All right, so we're going to start shuffling the cards. Sorry, guys, I was a little unprepared with the wind blowing, okay? But we got back on track. We burned the ancestral money. Make sure that you have a safe, like, container or pot that you can burn the ancestral money in, because you don't want to burn it, of course, in plastic or anything glass. You want to burn it in something more like metal. And I would prefer, like, using sand in the bottom of it, just so it doesn't burn through things. I usually burn herbs and things like that in here, so, and my ancestral money. So it's really good to do that because it holds the ashes really good and it burns. It allows it to burn just kind of freely without having to worry about something catching on fire, okay? Again, ancestral money is just you giving thanks and showing gratitude to your ancestors for all the blessings that they have bestowed upon you. And once you start burning that on a regular, you're going to start seeing more blessings come in turn. It's like you're sending them money to send you blessings, okay? It's like you're sending them money to give thanks for what they did, and whatever they have, it pays off their debts in the spirit realm, okay? So whatever debts they have over there, whatever karma they have to pay off, that pays it off, okay? If that makes sense. And then they're able to, in turn, send you blessings back with whatever's left over or what they have or whatever you sent over, if that makes sense, okay? So, all right, let's jump right into this reading. Spirit, I ask that you guide and protect me during this reading. I thank you for your guidance and support. I ask that you show me what messages I need to deliver to my collective today, what energy is surrounding them, specifically money, finances, and love. Show me what needs to be revealed. All right, guys, shuffling the cards a little bit, trying to, I hate when my cards bend. Okay, Spirit, what? All right, there we go. One just threw out. So we're going to go with that one for the first one. Skull of Darkness, blind spots, okay? There are some things that you guys need to pay attention to. Keep your focus on. It's time to get your focus on because I see blind spots. It's time to be focused. This is the time to get focused. Mercury and Jupiter are in direct. So with them being direct today, that means a lot of blessings are going to come through. But you have some blind spots, some things that are going on in the dark that needs to be revealed. And that candle there on top of the skull is lighting the way. With death, there's new beginnings and there's endings, okay? So it means, just simply means that some doors are open. There's some things that you are not really keen or aware to at this time with blind spots showing up. I feel like that's going to change because you're going to start getting sparks of intuition coming in. You're going to start being able to see things a little clearly as you get more focused. Trick or treat, mischief and play, okay? It's telling you that it's time to let go, be free, have fun, live a little. Live a little. Everything doesn't have to be so serious all the time, guys. And then we got Mummy. Mummy flipped out with change. And then at the bottom of the deck, we've got Midnight, the most magical hour of all, okay? So I'm gonna pin that up there, kind of sit that up there for you guys. My little prop stand is not all the greatest. Sorry, guys. All right. So kind of jumping right into this reading with the Skull of Darkness. Again, we talk about blind spots. We talk about there's some things in the dark that may be hidden from you that you can't see clearly yet. There may be something that's taking place, or this could be the past, because I'm getting past energy with this. But there's some things in the past that you were blind to that you didn't see. Maybe that could be friends. Maybe that could be relationships. Whatever the situation is, I feel like it was something that was hidden from you, because we're talking about blind spots. And this is the thing about focus, keeping your focus. When your intuition kicks in, trust it, okay? So with blind spots, it talks about we may not wish to delve there, the shadows, the darkness, the unknown. Yet when we search, we reveal, and our power, it has grown. The beautiful and mysterious Skull of Darkness encourages us to look at the part of ourselves that normally remains hidden or as unseen as possible. We may not yet appreciate or like certain aspects of ourselves, and yet sometimes our greatest treasures lie within these areas. How many times have you heard the famous artists or people extremely successful in their fields being bullied for being so different? Yet it is their differences from others that make them so powerful. Additionally, all of us at some stage of life have certain blind spots that may cause us grief and trouble. Although we cannot see the issue clearly, it is the repeated patterns of pain that may alert us to them. Symptoms, if you will. For example, the same things happening over and over again. We may be betrayed repeatedly, fail at something repeatedly, not complete tasks continuously. Peace and pattern breaking can be achieved by doing the work and uncovering our blind spots, or even consulting trusted close friends or professionals to assist us to see what we cannot. Okay, so again, this is all about shadow work. Okay, this is all about shadow work, and we're going to go into the shadow tarot, the dark mirror tarot, to do a little bit of shadow work, but that's going to be in the extended on what areas you need to focus and work on during this time. Okay, so crazy because the deck is pulled over and we got werewolf. Exploring wildness. Okay, so that's another card that I'm just gonna go with because it was the deck was turned some, you get what I'm saying, guys. Mercury retrograde has got me like saying stuff, and I know what I want to say, but I just can't get it out. All right, so now we're gonna go into trick-or-treating. This is a thing that everybody does on Halloween, trick-or-treating. It helps us get to know our neighbors if we're not really out there getting to know our neighbors and stuff like that. But when you receive this card in your reading, it may be a time to examine the role and play in mischief in your own life. You don't have to be a child to let go and have some playtime. And you can extend the fun to others. Sometimes we are afraid to make mistakes, and play is one way to alleviate the pressure that we sometimes place on ourselves to get everything perfect every time. Alternatively, it is worth knowing that there is a balance between manipulation and mischief. The former is not pleasant, and the other has at its core a sense of irreverent fun, excuse me, guys. So it's just telling you kind of just to let go. It's time to focus, though. I feel like it's a time for focus, time to get everything in balance, bring your energy in balance. But it's also a time where you can just relax. It doesn't have to be all seriousness. You can enjoy life. You don't have to be in that depressive mode, because we all know that when we sit in one spot too long and we're not doing anything that's fun or that really kind of, what is the word I'm looking for? Come on, Mercury. Let me go. Let my mind free. Relieve it. Mercury is my evil cousin. It's time to let go, because once we sit in a place too long doing nothing, it's just like sitting in a room with four walls and not doing nothing. It's just like your mind starts to become your prison cell, and that's when depression starts to set in and things like that, if I'm making sense. So with that, it's just telling you that it's time to have fun. Let go of some of the seriousness. Let go of some of the stress and get out and have fun so that you don't end up in that depressive state. Change with Mummy. And then we have the sun behind it. I keep getting this card in every reading that I do for the collective. So there's a big wave of change that is coming in, okay? It's going to be healing of some sorts. However, with change and transition, it is hard for some people, especially fixed signs, because we get fixated. I'm a fixed sign, I'm a Leo. We get fixated on a certain way of life or a way of thinking. And once change comes in, it's kind of hard to transition into that change, okay? So Spirit is telling you to allow this change to take place. Allow this change, excuse me, allow this change to come in and take place. Just kind of go with the flow. Don't fight against it, because this change is going to be very healing and therapeutic. And it's also going to be very beneficial for a lot of our journey moving ahead. All right. So with that, I'm getting some situations may change. Some people around you may change. Your circle may change. Your job may change. Something is going to change, and this could, again, this could be in a positive aspect. You don't have to look at change so negatively, because again, with great, with great things and great blessings, you have to bring in change, like a shift. It's got to be a shift. So I'm feeling like there's a shift that has taken place with Mercury and Jupiter direct today. I feel like it's going to bring a great thing of positive energy, positivity. The results are going to be positive, because with the sun back there, and with the mummy is pretty much like it's got symbolic meaning in the Egyptian language or in the Egyptian culture. It has a lot of meaning because they are trying to preserve something, okay? They're trying to preserve the dead's body, or they're trying to preserve the organs and things like that. So a lot of times we try to preserve things. We try to keep it from changing. But I'm feeling like the change is going to be for the better, okay? For some reason, I'm feeling like Spirit is telling me something about the mummy, or mummification. These, how you have zombies and stuff, and we're talking about, Halloween spirits and entities and things like that. But you're going to see a lot of people dressed as zombies. You may see a lot of zombie movies. You see how they can be brought back to life and their body can be used. I mean, the mummy can too with The Mummy Returns. I've seen that in the movie, but I really don't think it's to the end. Zombies really can't last that long. It's just like werewolves and vampires. Like, they can only come out for a certain period of time. When the sun comes out, they can't come out. But they can live for a very, very long time, as long as they feed and as long as they're not killed or anything. But there's something about change with that. I'm just feeling like Spirit told me to tell you that. I don't know. Somebody's going to get something out of that. I just feel like. But then you got midnight, the most magical hour of all. This is when the time when you do your magic. This is the time when a lot of things start to surface, even in your dreams. Midnight is a time where a lot of things, insights and intuition starts to come. Magic is going to be at its strongest. If we're talking about people doing their magic and rituals and things like that, midnight would be the best time to do that. I'm shuffling these cards. Sorry, guys. I'm kind of sorry if I take a pause. If I take a pause, it's just because I'm actually trying to collect my thoughts. I don't want to speak too fast and miss something or misinterpret something, okay? I want to be able to interpret all the interpretations clearly and what Spirit is trying to deliver to you guys today. Yeah, this reading is going to be a little long because we went into ancestral money. I felt like I needed to cover that. I'll get more into detail. I'll do a video specifically on ancestral money soon, and I'll be posting that. But I wanted to give you kind of like a brief, introduction to ancestral money if you guys are not aware of it, okay? Oh, we got a couple of cards that jumped out. All right, so I see some of you guys are walking away from something. You're walking away from a connection with someone, friendship, relationships, maybe a job, something that you loved, maybe old habits, old karmic patterns. But I see you guys walking away from something, okay? All right, we got the King of Wine energy here. That's very powerful. All right, so This could be directly for a specific sign, water sign, Scorpio, Cancer, Pisces energy. But I do see you guys walking away from something that was redundant, something that you feel was repetitive, something that had great value to you at one time. I see that you guys are walking away from this. Maybe you're removing yourself from a situation or a particular situation or person. I feel like for some of you, it could be a job that you're walking away from. You got this intuition or insight that you needed to leave this position. It wasn't serving you any purpose, but I feel like you're walking away from stuff that does not serve you any purpose during this time. And that's where change comes in, okay? That's where you're opening doors for these new blessings to rain in. When you get rid of old, way down energy, stagnant energy that's holding you back, you are making room for the new energies and the new blessings to come your way when you walk away from it. But I see you guys are walking away. I see, in general, the collective walking away from something that that just doesn't serve them anywhere, anymore. Doesn't serve their purpose. Doesn't serve their greater purpose or their higher ascension. Again, for some people, it could be relationships. For some of you, it could be a friendship. For some of you, it could be walking away from family members. For some of you, it could be walking away from an old job, an old thinking habit, karmic patterns. It's something that you're walking away. Something is being released, is what I'm feeling like with this card. So there's lessons that you learned from this situation. You learned a lot of lessons from it. You probably even taught some lessons from this experience, or you probably was able to give really good advice to someone from that experience because you gained a lot of insight from your own experience. But I feel like you guys are walking away from something that was redundant, something that just kept going on, a cycle of a cycle, almost like a cycle. It could have been, again, like karmic patterns. It could have been a relationship that kept resulting to the same thing. And you just felt like it wasn't going anywhere. And this could have been something that it was established. This could have been a relationship. This could have been a long-term friendship. This could have been your job. You probably worked for a company for so long and you were debating whether you should leave or not. And finally, you just got up the nerve to say, hey, this doesn't serve my purpose anymore. I've you know, it served me what it was supposed to. It's actually... it did what it was supposed to do in my life, so now I'm moving forward. Then you got the Emperor. This is all about power and control, okay? This is Aries energy here, so I may be speaking specifically to my Aries. But some of you, you know, have decided to take control back of your life. You've decided to, and that's, again, that goes tail and tail with you walking away from something. You decided that it wasn't serving your higher purpose or your highest good. So you decided to take your power back and your control back, and you decided to, you know, kind of live solely for yourself. Because with the Emperor, he's a very independent energy. He's alone. You know, I mean, he has his best friend, his dog there. But I feel like he's very wise. He's very smart. He thinks with logic. He doesn't think off of emotions. So some of you have let go of the emotional side of things. You guys, maybe even if it was a relationship, it hurt you to leave that situation, but you said, to hell with that hurt. I'll go through what I'm going through, but I will regain my power back and take control of my life, so that I can kind of wield the direction my life is going in. A lot of you are starting to get your focus back. That's what this blind spot is all about. Regaining your focus so that you can actually navigate and maneuver your energy in the way that you want to, okay? So then we got the Queen of Wands in reverse, okay? Now with this energy, I feel like it's more manipulative energy, okay, guys? I just want to be kind of straightforward with that, with the Queen of Wands. Some of you may have had a situation where jealousy was involved, because this shows a lot of jealous energy, manipulative energy, because when she's upright, she's compassionate. I'm feeling like there is a need to bring compassion in. The reason I say that is because those lower frequency, low vibratory energies do not, or emotions do not serve your purpose for the journey that you're going on. Spirit is telling you that is something that you need to change. Let go of those feelings of hurt, jealousy, the need to get revenge, whatever that is. let it go because it's not serving your greater good, because now it's time for you to get focused. Now that you've walked away from these situations and you decided to take control back of your life, it is time. The way that you really take full power and control of your life is by letting go of those low frequency, low vibratory emotions for the situation or the person that may be behind this this energy that you're housing. So I'm getting, let go of those low vibratory energies. It does not serve you any good. It's time to be happy and have fun. Once your thoughts become positive, the frequency becomes higher, and you start bringing in more blessings into your life in abundance and prosperity, okay? Moving right along to the Ten of Cups in reverse. When we see the Ten of Cups in reverse, that's talking about insecurity. Okay, there may be some insecurities in your relationship. Spirit is telling you to let go of that. Look at the brighter side of things, okay? If something isn't working or something isn't fitting for you, then it is time for you to walk away from it. Regardless of the history, regardless of what you feel behind leaving that situation, they're saying that it doesn't serve your higher good, because what we're getting ready to go into is a shift with Mercury and Jupiter in direct. So we are going into a shift, which is a change, a major change. They're telling you that it's time to make major changes around you. So again, you can open yourself up for this abundance and prosperity that they're getting ready to bestow upon you. Okay? And with it being upright, that is abundance and prosperity. It talks about tranquility. It talks about having everything you need. You guys may be feeling like you don't have everything you need right now because there is a situation that is not serving you in that manner. It's not making you happy. And if it's not making you happy, then the only thing left to do now is just to get rid of it. So I'm feeling like there are some situations that you need to walk away from. I feel like Spirit is saying that you either need to walk away from it, cut your ties from it, so that you can find your peace in the situation and bring it into your life as well, because with change coming in, you want to welcome more positive results and positive energy versus the negative low frequency. Because again, if you keep this around in your circle, it's just like the best way that I can explain it. It's like if you got a basket of fruit and one of the fruit goes rotten, and you leave all of the rest of those fruit inside of that bowl with that one rotten fruit, eventually the other ones are going to spoil. So what you want to do is remove those ones that aren't spoiled away from the one that's spoiled, or throw the spoiled one away so that the rest of them don't get that, pick up that dead energy, okay? Energy is very transferable, and that is one way to see it. If you have a basket of apples and one is rotten, then, and you leave that rotten apple in there with the good apples, the ones that are high frequency, high vibratory, alive, or whatever you want to call it, then what's going to happen is they're going to spoil and they're going to rot. Okay? And that's the same thing with your life. That's the same thing with keeping certain energies and certain people in your circle that are meant to not be there anymore. All right? That's the thing about walking away and taking yourself away from the situation, or removing yourself from a particular situation, relationship, whatever that situation is. I feel like it's time to remove yourself. Otherwise, you're going to wilter away. You're going to rot and wilter away, just like those rotten apples, like that one rotten apple sitting in a basket trying to rot the other ones. All right, so now we got the King of Wands. With the King of Wands, we're talking about wisdom, okay? We're talking about being more wiser in your choices, planning strategically, getting your focus up, because that's what he's doing. He's focusing on what it is that he wants. He's zooming right in. He knows exactly where he wants to go, and he knows exactly where he wants the energy in this change to come in and take place. And that's the thing about taking back control of your life, okay? Being the emperor and taking control of your power and regaining your focus back, so that you know where you're going, where you know ultimately where you're going to end up at. So you have this vision in mind on where you want your life to be, where you want your money and finances to be, what kind of career you want, what type of life you want to live. And I'm pretty sure it's a happy life that everybody wants. Everyone wants just to be happy. In order to be happy, you got to get your focus You got to get focused. You got to know exactly, because a man that doesn't know where he came from does not know where he is going, okay? So you need to know exactly where you're going. That's a part of getting your focus up. Removing those blind spots, removing those blindfolds so that you're able to see the situation for what it is. Stop trying to see the good in situations and in people when they show you who they are the first time. When they show you, and I'm pretty sure the person or the situation has showed itself before to you and you second guessed it, and you try to see the good in the situation or try to see the better in the situation. Doing that, you're only going to drag yourself down, and you're going to close yourself to this opportunity for new change. You don't want to do that, guys, okay? So Spirit is telling me to let you guys know that you need to clear some things out of your energy. You need to let some things go, some relationships go, some people go, because some people are not serving your highest good. You know, you can have people in your circle that you think love you or are committed to you. You could be committed. In other words, you can be committed to a situation or a person and they not be fully committed to you. There's certain things that just don't serve your purpose anymore. So it's time to bring in something new, okay? Yeah, I think that's all I got for you guys today. I hope this reading resonated with some of you guys. I hope it brought insight and clarity to your situation. I hope that it helps you to get your focus up, to make better choices, wiser choices. I do see you guys doing that, making wiser choices, setting healthy boundaries for your relationships and just your overall life in general. Again, I send you abundance of love and light. This change that is coming in, just welcome it. Allow it to happen. Whether that's cutting off friends and leaving certain situations and certain people, allow that process to happen. If they're meant to be with you, they will always return back to you, and they will return back to you better than they were before. All right, guys? I'll see you all in the next reading. Have a great day, guys.